Morning, guys. Morning, Keith. Morning, Reading Tiger. Morning, Larry. All right, we're already past the bottom of the hour here, so we'll go ahead and get started here, guys. Again, I encourage you guys to, I guess, as these sessions happen, because there's always the possibility of some impromptu session. If I see a setup that's quite unique, I'd encourage you guys to hit the subscribe and notify button on such event. These things aren't going to be scheduled. If I do see an opportunity that I think is worthy of an impromptu during session kind of review, then it's important that you guys if you want, assuming that you want to be notified, that you want to be subscribed. Okay. The other aspect here, obviously, is hitting the like button. On these sessions encourages me to put these sessions together and provide you some content as we head into the day session. All right. So with that said, I do have the risk disclosure up again, guys. The market trader, myself, Ray, the market trader. We're here not in any sort of advisory capacity or investment advisory capacity. The information that I'm providing, it should be treated as general information. Okay. I'm not here to provide investment advice, to offer, solicit, to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any instrument, security, company, or fund. We all understand that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor, and that an investor could potentially lose all or more their investment capital. We should be only using risk capital money that we can otherwise afford to lose, and not compromise our lifestyle. Is the money that we should be using in the market. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to buy, sell futures, options, or forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I did see as I was doing my review here. I did see that gold made a nice reversal off one of these. I can't remember. It was average daily range or average session range, but nonetheless, I'm happy to hear that you've reached your goals for today. Excellent. All right. Let's go ahead and start with the news here. Okay. So again, the red circles indicate, I guess, important news. Okay. So, and then the yellow is intermediate, I guess, and the blue is a little bit on the lighter side. Okay. So we had initial jobless claims, okay, come in. They came in obviously higher here. The fact it's in red. We had continued jobless claims, which also came in red. So we had, I guess, two bits of news. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the markets. See how that affected the markets in any sort of way. We have our normal set of news that is coming in here. We have PMI coming in at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We obviously have the European option expiration, which has always some possibility of impacting the future markets. And then we have some lighter news. We have, I guess, Amazon and Apple earnings, but those won't affect the market until after the session today. Okay, so that's so a fair amount of news. Most of the news has already been posted. The big one, I guess, is the PMI coming in at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, that still has yet to be reported. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the markets. We're going to go ahead and start with the Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with the gold market. This is not new, so let me go ahead and remove that for now. This is yesterday's numbers. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn off some of these things. Okay, and we're going to start off with I guess a clean slate here. We're going to open up the daily, and we're going to ask ourselves the very simple question: what direction is the market trying to go? Okay, well, if I had just this piece right here, then you would say that the market is headed higher. Over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, we are heading higher. Now, this is still very much a developing candle here on the left, right? But nonetheless, it is a candle that it opened higher, took a peak below, and has rallied ever since. Now, we are coming into some areas. I have this drawn as a supply zone. I might actually adjust this a little bit to the downside here, somewhere along those lines. Nonetheless, it's headed higher here. Okay, so this 2520 level could potentially be resistant. Why? Because we have evidence here on the left that it has been resistant in the past. Okay, there's nothing that says here that this is just going to plow through this level, right? Normally, when it's presented something where we've had selling in the past, it initially provides some little pullback, okay, from this level, okay, before it makes that, it doesn't break these levels on the first try, okay. All right, so on the daily chart, hey Mando, okay, on so daily chart looks like we are indeed bullish, okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the 4-hour chart. For our chart, okay, we have a developing bullish engulfing candle, which is also an indication of bullish behavior here, right? Developing bullish engulfing, also an indication of continued bullish action. Okay. So again, if I were just to look at these set of candles here, higher highs and higher lows, okay, indicating that there's further potential of higher pricing in the gold on the 4-hour. Okay, our volume delta here is very much receptive to this. Okay, I have the ADX and the volume delta here superimposed. Okay, but the idea is the same, right? We have um, a relatively strong momentum to the upside on the positive direction based on the ADX. We have volume to support a continued move to the upside, all pointing to higher pricing in gold. All right, 30-minute chart. Okay, this is where we're going to start, kind of capturing our levels here. Okay, so we see, is this from yesterday? It looks like it is. Okay, is this the right time? It looks like it is. All right, let's widen this out here a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and copy paste our levels. And we'll just go ahead and double check them a little bit. Okay. Hopefully this is still visible. I did go with a little slightly different, smaller font here. Might be a little bit too much. Just going to maybe attach. This looks a little bit better. Okay. That should be a little bit more visible to you guys. All right. So what to make of this market? We're going to double check some of these numbers. I suspect that they're accurate, but nonetheless, we'll take a look here. We have value area high at 2477.5. We had value area low coming in at 2462.6, which is fine. We have settlement and point of control almost on top of each other. So we got settlement at 2473 and point of control at 2472. I would probably just treat this level as just the same level here. But nonetheless, we have some confluence here at 2472.5. Notice again, guys, I don't make these kinds of things up when I post them, but look at how well price reversed off of this settlement price. Okay. There's a reason. There's a reason that this is on my charts because it provides areas for possible reversal. Okay, settlement price almost to the tick came down, reversed away from it, and has not sniffed anywhere close to this area since. Okay, so when I see something like this, what I like to do is I like to start my anchor VWAP right at that area of pivot. Okay. So as long as price stays above, well, I have to look for continued price action to the upside. All right. So let's go ahead and let's see what else. What else I'm going to look at? I'm going to take a look at ADR. Actually, ASR. Make sure that ASR numbers are accurate. We have 2501, which was already has already been reached. Excuse me. So average session range, okay, has already been reached. Average daily range, we're going to go ahead and open that up. That was, do we have more to hoe there? So 25, 12, 20. That's our average daily range high. Okay. So looks like everything is in order on the level side. Okay. So again, what to make of this market? Well, we have the one thing I need to open up here is initial balance. We have a relatively wide initial balance, maybe the result of some news here. Okay. A little bit wider than normal, but not super out of the ordinary. Okay. So what to make of this market? Well, it's definitely bullish. Okay, we've opened above value. All right, we are above all the. One thing I wanted to. Where is my EMA here? We are above all the metrics that we track on sentiment. Okay, we're above them all. All right. We've come up against a area where it could provide some resistance to a continuation move to the upside. Okay, that is not to say that it cannot break this level. Okay, but it is a level that it needs to contend with. All right, and also if you look at this on the IB high side, we have a 2499.4. We have 2500 as kind of a psychological level, right? So the idea is that if we can get above 2500, that should lead us back up to 2512. If it cannot, then maybe we hang out. There's a potential that we just hang on in this range. We got up to 2500, we can kind of bounce, between these levels. 2488 would be a nice logical level, right, for us to participate in a move to the upside. IB low. Okay. That would be, assuming that we are in a kind of a range environment, that would be a logical place. Okay. So what I'm going to be looking for is to see if we can get a break above this ADR zone, and then potentially a pullback for a continuation move to the upside. That's a bullish scenario. If I'm somewhat bearish, and that's a little bit counter trend, I'm at a level now. Okay. But I have to temper my expectations on how far this can go. A move back to VWAP would be a logical move for given the bullish nature of the market. All right, that would be kind of a logical retracement. Okay, we are seeing some selling. You see this little selling wick in this volume delta bar. There is some selling that's had taken place. Maybe people taking profits. I'm not sure, but there is a fair amount of selling going on at this level. So, nonetheless, I think we need to continue to look for opportunities to the bullish side. I would say that looking at the 15, or right now, let's maybe quickly take a look at the 15 and seeing what's developing here. Okay, we have a little bit of a bearish bars being developed as we speak. All right. Now, is this going to be merely just a little pullback, retracement for a continued move to the upside? Well, we'll know in about 8 minutes. Okay. See what this next candle, does it open up a candle to the maybe create a 3-bar reversal candle off this reference level? That's a possibility. All right. Okay. I think that's all I have for gold. I'm going to take a look and see if we have any questions. I don't see them. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay. So I'm going to shrink this here a bit if I can. I think crude oil's here underneath it. Okay. All right. Here's our crude oil market. I'm going to go ahead and turn off some of these things. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to open up the daily chart. Right. Okay. What's the daily sentiment of this market? Right. So if I look at this, looks like I took a trade here in crude oil yesterday. So we are on the top of the range. Okay. And if I draw this is a relatively strong bullish candle here. Yeah, no problem, Mondo. So if I draw this, well, I see that we're starting to break some structure to the upside. Still very much, in a kind of a bearish, kind of structure here. I think really to get out of this, I would like to see, a break above 78.33. Okay. I would like to see a breakdown above 78.33. All right. In order to really break this structure to the upside. Right. Right now, it seems like we're in a bit of a range, bit in a range. We have a developing candle that is above, but it is kind of a indecisive candle, a little bit of a doji candle here at the moment. All right. But we're starting to potentially break some structure to the upside. All right. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. For our chart, again, we have a series of candles that are, pretty much neutral, I would say, not really making any sort of headway in either direction. All right. Now, the longer we do this, the longer we stay in this kind of tight little range here, the higher likelihood that we have of coming back. Okay. We need to find some new participation here to the long side if it's going to sustain this move. All right. So again, we've broken some structure here. What structure am I referring to? Well, right, my channels, right? Trends tend to stay in channels. Okay, we've broken this channel to the upside. The same can be said, okay, for this here, right? We've broken a bullish channel to the upside. Okay, so what direction is this market wanting to go? Well, the most recent swing is to the upside. Okay. So I would say based on the 4-hour chart, that's the natural direction that it should go. But as I mentioned before, the longer it stays in this range right around 78.58 without making a new high, well, guess what? It's going to try to find some buyers below. Okay. It's going to retrace down to a level where it can find some buyers. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. Let's remove some of our drawings here. Okay. Let's keep some of these. We have a developing. Okay, we have a developing. Has the market opened yet? No, not quite. Okay. We have a developing bullish engulfing candle that's wiping out a bunch of sellers here with just one candle. I'm going to go ahead and identify our levels here. Okay. Here we are. Okay, here are levels that I'm looking at, okay, for today, and some brief explanation on what those are. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to draw here is our volume profile. Volume profile, if I can locate it right here. Okay, so we're going to go back to the 9 a.m. bar back here, drag that across to the 4:30 bar, and there's our volume profile. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and extend these lines over to the right because they help me, and maybe at some point, if I decide that if I don't need them here, I can remove volume profile and the lines will remain. Okay, so we can do this. I'm going to make each one of these in blue. Okay, because I draw my volume in blue, my initial balance in blue, because these are all balance areas. Okay. Let's see. These are all balance. See, it's bothering me now. Do this again. Okay. All right. So we have this is value area high. This is value area low. Okay. they serve as reference levels for me for a continuation move to the upside. As long as price stays above this value area, I'll be looking for opportunities to the upside. Okay. Um, if I'm able to break this level, which we haven't been able to overnight in the overnight trading, okay, that will give us further evidence to an upside move. All right. Now, if price manages to get below settlement into this value area, well, then we have the possibility of a value area acceptance play all the way back down to 76.70. All right. But as long as we stay above and where our initial balance is going to be starting up here in about a minute, initial balance is also another balance area I'm going to be taking a look at. Whatever direction, either initiative price action headed higher or below, I'm going to be paying attention to that in the initial balance range. Okay. So here's our levels. Again, right now, I would say that we should be looking for opportunities to the bullish side. Okay. In this market, we are up on the, we are on the top end of the range of late. Okay. Let's go ahead and open up ADR here. Make sure that our ADR ranges are accurate. We got 79. Yes. We got on the low end. We got 77, 60, which is correct. And then we're going to go ahead and open up the initial balance range, which we open up here in a minute. Okay. We're going to go ahead and open up ASR here, see what those levels look like, and see if they match up with what I've written. So 79.37 on the top end, then that was what we have. 77.76 also is that what we have. So we're good on the level front. Okay, they're very much in line, and these levels serve as opportunities for me for possible reversal. Right. So if price comes down to either of these two levels, that could offer an opportunity to the upside. Notice the confluence that we have around with value area high, average session range high, or I should say low, and average daily range lows. So this area right here is very rich area for buyers. Okay. The same can be said on the selling side. We have ADR and ASR, but they generally come in pairs. They're generally not too far from each other. All right, so I think that's pretty much what I have for the crude oil market. We're just getting the initial balance range here to establish here. So I'll be again looking potentially for opportunities to the upside in this market. Okay, obviously we need to break some structure in order to kind of confirm that. We need to get above 78, 71, and then that could open the door to get us as high as 79.37. I don't know if that's going to happen in one full swoop. Okay. It is quite possible that we could stay in this range for the remainder of the day. So I'm going to be quite keen to see if we get any sort of initiative price action outside this initial balance range. But I'm still an hour away from this initial balance range establishing. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm be looking for in the crude oil market. So crude oil market, I would say that I'm generally bullish. All right. And I'll be looking for some bullish opportunities here. So again, I'm probably going to go ahead and draw in my anchored VWAP here right around this pivot. Okay. And see how well price stays above that. If it stays above it, then anchor VWAP will serve as kind of a location for me to participate in a potential move to the upside. All right. All right. So that's kind of what I have for crude oil. Just kind of moving around my little. Okay. Well, this doesn't want to go anywhere. Okay. All right. Okay. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and move on to the equities. Let's start off with we normally start off with NASDAQ. Let's continue to do that. Okay. So NASDAQ, I know I do have some NASDAQ opening range traders here. Not my cup of tea, but I do have a fair number of them. So let's go ahead and look at the daily. All right. Looking at the daily, ask ourselves the question is in what direction is this market? So we had a massive candle. Obviously because of all the news events that we had, massive candle to the upside, wiped out a bunch of sellers here and it kind of maybe potentially chipping away here at this seller here. Now, one level I'm going to call out here, okay, as what was resistant could be support. Oh, sorry, what was support become resistant, okay, is this level right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that in a different color if I can find my coloring tool. Okay, this will be red. All right, what was support can now become resistant. Okay, so this could be an area where we could potentially see something like this. Okay, regardless of this was an area of support, right? So when we change polarity, when we have price get through it, this level often acts as the opposite of what happened. So since we broke it as support, this has the potential of being resistant on the way up. Okay. So, but even with this massive move to the upside, we've technically, at this point, I would say that we are still okay. Even with this massive move to the upside, we are still technically in a bearish structure. Okay, we're still in a bearish structure here, right? Now we have peaked above. I don't know if this candle is going to stay above, but even after this massive candle to the upside, we're still in bearish structure. This is the first candle out of this series that's kind of poked its head outside this, okay, which could lead, right? It could lead to further prices to the upside, okay, based on the daily. So right now, I would say that we are still technically in bearish structure, okay? So it's going to be interesting for me to see how this candle begins to develop, all right, throughout the session, all right. 4-hour chart. All right, 4-hour chart, we get a little bit more visibility on this little doji candle that peaked above this daily zone, right? We see that we have a breach above that, and we had a little bit of a rally, okay, and now it's come back. Now, obviously, if this is going to continue to the upside, we obviously need a new high. That new high is going to get us above 19,752, and if we're going to maintain this this structure to the upside, okay. If we start to come back inside in this bearish channel and start to break structure here, then we have basically an opportunity that will probably lead us back down to the bottom end of this bearish channel. Okay, but right now it's looking, I would say, a bit bullish. Okay, based on the 4-hour. All right, let's take a look at the 30-minute. Okay, 30-minute chart. I'm going to go ahead and remove this bearish channel that we drew on the daily. I don't need it at the moment, so we're going to remove it. Okay. So I don't know. Again, we are in an up move. I drew a very large VWAP here. Okay, this is my VWAP range. So let's go ahead and capture what our levels are. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put those in. Okay. So our levels. You go ahead and copy paste those. We'll just keep them right here, near and dear to our hearts. Okay, so hopefully that's relatively visible to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. We'll start off with that here on Wednesday. I'm going to locate the 930 bar and kind of drag my way across to this bar. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and extend my lines here so that I can evaluate, right? So this is my value area low. This is my value area high, okay? And this is my point of control, okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn that point of control to red. Okay, let's see if I can do that. All right. Now, I'm just going to kind of confirm some of these numbers here. I believe that they're accurate. So my value area high number is coming in at 19,515, 19,515.75. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that a little bit. 19,515.75. Okay. And then value area low, I didn't quite, I probably didn't draw this line as accurate as I should, but let's say it's right around this area here. Okay, 19,378. I have it at 19,378.75, which is well within tolerances. Okay. The number that I do want to pay particular attention to is this ASR number, and this ASR number is 19,780.25 to the upside. Okay, that's accurate. And then on the bottom side, I have 19,000. It should not be 196. This should be 457. Okay, 457. So I'll need to modify that on the spreadsheet. Okay, 457. Okay. Got daily range, high and low. Okay, don't need that. Let's confirm one thing here. This is what we're missing here is a 4-hour demand. So let's see if we can address that. So this should be this, I believe, should read 4-hour demand. Okay, we're going to double confirm on this number here in a second. Okay, 4-hour demand. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's take a peek here and confirm our 4-hour demand level. Okay, and I have it all the way down here at 196. That doesn't seem quite right. Let's see, what would be our demand zone? Well, our demand zone probably around our settlement zone. So let's call it 18,938. 18,938.50. Okay, that's kind of our, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That one here. Okay, 18,938.50. Okay, for our demand. Okay. All right, that looks about right now. Okay, so we got 18,938.50. Okay, that is our 4-hour demand. And then I'm just updating my spreadsheet here, guys. Okay, all right. Let's go back to the 30-minute chart here, and we'll complete our analysis. Okay, so 30 minutes, we'll go back. So we've yet to open up the market here, but we're already seeing some signs that maybe the market wants to head lower. Now, we had a nice reversal off of value area high, okay, and settlement, okay. Now, we are technically below VWAP, all right, so that could lead to some price action that would lead us down here. Now, the true test to see if this bearish move has some legs, we need to see if we can get below value area low and below settlement. Okay, that will at least open the door back down to point of control and this average session range low. So really tight range here. Okay, for a bearish move. Okay. Now, if we get down to value area high and reverse, well, we start to open up the door to potentially get above 19,631, and then maybe back to the highs. So a lot of room to the upside. Okay, without any sort of fear of anything that could maybe get in this way. We do obviously have this consolidation area here at 19,700. I'm not overlooking that, but there seems to be a lot of how we say interference here if for a move to the downside. We have value area low, we have settlement price, we have point of control, we have ASR low. A lot of potential interference here in this market. Did I just remove? Let's add this back. All right, there's our levels. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at here in the Nasdaq market. I'm starting to see a little bit of structure, I guess, for a potential move to the downside. I guess I would need some further evidence of that. Okay. I do need price to maybe get below this the settlement price level at 19, say, let's call it 19,500. Okay. I know I have it captured as a different number, but probably need to get below a value area high and settlement in order to embrace the potential move to the downside. If you look at this, we are starting to make some lower highs and lower lows, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? So there is some structure, right, that is developing for price action to head lower in this market. Okay. Can't underestimate that. What I don't like is that I'm coming into areas that could cause a bounce, right? We've already gotten a bounce off settlement and value area high. We still have ASR low that could offer a reversal. If I open up ADR, well, lo and behold, I have value area low as another area reversal, right? So a lot of areas of reversal here in this market. So again, if I go bearish, I'm going to be, I guess it's going to be more of a scalp trade, right? I'm not going to, just given the fact that I have a lot of price levels that could cause reversals on me. All right. All right. Let's see if there's any questions on the NASDAQ before we move on to the ES. I don't see them. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the ES. So we'll go ahead and close this and open up this here. Okay. And here we are. This is the S&P. All right. We're going to kind of shrink this down here a little bit. What happened to my, oh, there it is. All right. Let's go ahead and start with the daily. You're welcome, Frizu. Let's start with the daily. Okay. Again, asking ourselves the question, what is the market trying to accomplish? Okay. Well, the market is trying to get back to higher prices. Okay. That's what it's trying to do. All right. Again, I think I drew this for the NASDAQ. I'll do the same here. Right. In this particular case on the daily, we've already gotten above, right? Yes, definitely hit the like and subscribe button and comment. Don't be afraid to comment on whether or not the content supported your efforts or not. That's also helpful to understand as well. Okay, so on the daily, we've been in this bearish structure, and as of yesterday, we did break structure to the upside. So that could lead us to more price action to the upside. Okay, up until maybe revisit 5,600, maybe ultimately back up to 5,700. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the daily. On the 4-hour, 4-hour chart, again, we have a series of bullish candles. We got just before the, I guess around during the London session, we had some bearish price action, and we're just starting to see maybe there might be a little bit of a follow through candle on the 4-hour chart, but nonetheless, we've broken some structure to the upside here. Okay, it's quite possible that we could come back down, revisit this channel here, okay, and then continue higher. Okay, right around maybe 5,500 or 5,520 Doesn't seem unreasonable to me, right? This was a prior level of resistance. Okay, so not out of the question if price comes back to this. I wish this would not be in my middle. Would come back to this and rally away from it. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the 4 hours. Okay, looking at the 30-minute chart. Again, I'm going to go ahead and capture my levels here. Okay, make those available here on the right. So there they are. Okay, we'll put those here, and we'll widen this up as much as I can just to get a full context of what's going on here. Okay, so looks like from a supply and demand level, looks like we're developing a little bit of a supply here, a little bit of a resistance area. Okay, right? We have not made a new high, so there is a little bit of pressure, I would say, to further price action to the downside. I would say. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up our volume profile. Okay, we're going to locate the 930 bar, drag that across to the 1330 bar. Okay, there we are. We're right on top of value area high. Okay, value area high. We'll just double confirm that I have that correct. Value area high is 55.77. Oh, this is all messed up. 55.77. Okay, 55.77.25. It seems like a reasonable area. A value area high here. Yeah, 55.76 maybe, 55.76.50. Okay, is our value area high. Okay. So we'll adjust this here. There's some adjustments I have to do in my spreadsheet because of this. So we'll 55.76.50. That is our value area high. Okay. All right. And then what else here? Some editing I need to do here, guys. So 50. So I have value area high at 50, and then we're going to go ahead and look for our value area low. All right. Value area low is at 55.50. 55.50. Okay, that's accurate. All right. 4-hour demand. Boom. Okay. All right. Again, I'm just kind of updating things here, guys. Yeah, I know. I'm Alejandro. I'm actually fixing that right now. I understand that I've messed that up here a bit. Okay, so I'm adjusting that as we speak. All right. So we have point of control here is at 55.60. Okay, that is accurate. This value area high should read 55.76. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this one. 55.76. Okay, 55.76 is our value area high. Okay, and then value area low is 55.50. That is correct. We have see 56.03. 56.03 is our average session range. Okay. 56.03 is our average session range high. 56.03.50 is our average session range high. Okay, so again, I'm having to modify this in a couple of places here, so bear with me. Okay, average session range high, 56.03. Okay, this is 03. All right. And then average session range low, 55.46, which is correct. And then we have our ADR levels. We have, and on the top side, we have 56.15. 56.15 is our average daily range high. Okay. 56.15 is our average daily range high. So let's go ahead and 15, 6. That's average daily range high. Okay. 56.15. I don't even have it here. Okay. Really messed this one up here, guys. Apologize. 15.50 is our average daily range high. Okay. Okay. And then our average daily range low, 55.40. Let's see. 55.35, which is about in line. Okay. So that seems to be in order. We have point of control captured correctly. This seems to look a little bit better here now. Yeah. Okay. Let's make these final edits here. 55.8, 55.58. Okay. Good. 55.50. We're good there. 46. Average session range low. Yes. 4-hour demand. Yes. Average daily range low, 55.34. That is correct. Okay. What am I missing here? Got supplies, demand, high, daily range low, average session range high. Okay, average session range high is 56.03. So we need to move this down to here. And this needs to be changed to session. And this, oops, that'll be daily. And this will be session. Okay, I think we got everything back in order here, guys. So all right. Okay, so let's get back to this now that I've gotten all the numbers back in line here. So what to make of this market? Well, I've already mentioned the possibility of a value area acceptance trade. Okay, short. Okay, in the ES, if we do get a close back inside value, we could see a full rotation of value all the way down to 55.46. Okay, that seems like in flight, I guess. We're about 5 minutes away from the initial balance range starting here. So that's one scenario. If I'm bullish in this market, I'm probably going to be looking for, the lower ends here. Okay. Value area low, ASR low, ADR low. These are all locations where I can take reasonable risks for a potential long. Okay. Otherwise, my main focus on this market, based on what I'm seeing so far, is that it looks like we want to head lower in this market. We may get down to settlement, okay, and reverse again like we did before. But I have to suspect that it's probably whoever was there before is probably not going to be as present. Okay, that's a possibility. So maybe it needs to go a little bit lower in order to find the buying resources. Okay. All right. I think that is all I have. I think I've captured everything. I don't have two of anything here now. I think this is relatively accurate here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark up this so that I notify them that there's probably some changes that need to make here. Maybe something along those lines. All right. Okay, so that's what I have for the ES. Okay, again, guys, in order for the value area acceptance trade to be confirmed, we need a close back inside value. Just having a wick go inside is not confirmation. All right, we need a wick close, and that could potentially creates an opportunity where we get a full rotation of value. If we're just going to wick here, well, that could spell that we could potentially head higher in this market. All right. All right. Let's see. We got about 15 folks still in the room. I can go many directions here, guys. I can go Dow. I can go gasoline futures. I can go platinum. Is there any particular market that you want me to take a look at? I've covered the major ones. I covered the ES. I've covered the Nasdaq. I've covered the crude oil. I've covered the gold. All right. Now the question is, for some of these secondary markets, which one of these secondary markets do you want me to review? I can't review them all given the timing, but I can review one of them. Anybody have any requests on a market that they want me to look at? You're welcome, Aaron. No requests. All right. Well, I'm gonna make an executive decision, and I haven't looked at this market in a while, so let's look at RBOB. Okay. Which is the gasoline futures. All right. And we'll take a peek here and we'll close out the session with the RBOB. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and remove the drawings. Okay. And turn off ADR levels and ASR levels. Okay. And ask the question, what is the market is wanting to do here? Well, this looks awfully like what we were seeing in the equities, right? We were in this bearish structure to the downside, and this almost looks like an exact replica of what we were seeing on the ES. Okay, we have some bearish structure. We've opened now, pushed through this, and broken some structure potentially to the upside here. Okay, so gas prices, unfortunately for myself and probably others who live where I live, there's a possibility that gas can rally from here. Okay, sad as that sounds. Okay, let's look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, so let's maybe Sapadia, we'll take a look at that after my review of RBOB. Okay, 4-hour chart, similar to what we were seeing, a rally, and now it's kind of consolidating over this level here. Okay, but still looks like it's wanting to make maybe a change of character from bearish to bullish. 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart here. Again, we're above. Yeah. We'll take a look at the Dow here next. We're above VWAP. We're above settlement price. So we're going to go ahead and locate the 9 o'clock bar here. Okay, so we have volume profile. Price is above. Initial balance is relatively wide. Okay, so right now the structure looks like it wants to head up to the upside. Okay, as long as we stay above value and above settlement, the market to me appears that it wants to go to the upside here. Okay, so I'm probably going to be looking for opportunities to the upside. It looks like it's a bit rangy. Okay, so I'm going to be potentially looking for maybe an initiative move to the IB highs, and then maybe see if I can participate on a pullback back down to IB high. Okay. Yeah, no worries. We'll take a quick peek at Sapadia. We'll take a quick peek at YM here in a minute. Okay. All right. So yeah, so as long as we can stay above value, then I would say that we have a good chance of headed higher. If price closes back inside the value from yesterday and possibly below this settlement price, then that would open the doors for price to traverse through the entire range, which would make for, a relatively nice trade to the downside. Okay. So right now it's ranging. Okay. It's ranging on the top and the bottom. Probably I need to see a definitive break one way or the other to really embrace anything here. Okay. So if I'm going to be short, I need to see a price fall below $2.44 here. Okay. And that maybe could spell a sustained move to the downside, but cannot rule out the fact that there's a possibility that we could rally from here as well. But again, I'm going to let initial balance be my guide here. Okay. All right. So let's look at the Dow here. Okay. And this will be the market we close with. And we're going to go ahead and do the same kind of review we always do with these markets. And we always start with the daily chart. And we ask ourselves the question, what is this market trying to accomplish? Well, if you look from left to right, we see higher highs and higher lows. Well, higher highs and higher lows translate to bullish price action. It's trying to go higher, right? So market structure is telling us that the Dow wants to move to the upside here, okay? For our chart. For our chart, we have, kind of a series of overlapping candles, but still technically to the upside, okay? I did take a little bit of a long here, I think, after FOMC in the Dow, which was successful, okay? Before it flushed to the downside. So, but in any case, so on the 4-hour chart, again, series of higher highs and higher lows. Got a little bit of rejection here to the top side at the close of yesterday. So 30-minute chart. Okay, this is kind of where we start to do some analysis, volume profile, and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and turn this off. And the first thing where I'm going to draw is my fixed range volume profile. I want to understand where we are in the market with respect to value. Okay, and right now we're smack right in the middle of it. Okay, so everybody right now is feeling like maybe they've gotten some fair pricing in the Dow. Okay, market has opened inside. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my initial balance if I can locate it. Initial balance, no initial balance. Interesting. Okay, we'll go ahead and open up our initial balance range. There it is. Okay, we're going to turn some of these things off here so I can see. All right, this is our initial balance range. I'm not interested in the extensions of initial balance, so I'll turn those off. I like looking at this as in a blue level and make this a little bit larger, okay? So I know what these numbers look like. All right, so there's our initial balance range, okay? Still not 100% complete. We have another, full hour before this completes in its entirety here. Now, we do have some bullish price action as indicated by the positive ADX DI number here. And we have the ADX line kind of increasing. So there's a fair amount of momentum to the upside in this market. All right. We are inside value though. So we could be in the midst of some range behavior. Honestly, I would like to see price break above initial balance, break above value area high, and then have me participate in some sort of pullback. I'm not really keen in participating inside of value unless I'm willing to make a range trade, right? Sell highs, buy lows. Okay, if that's the kind of market you think you think we're in, then that's a possibility. But for me, I'm going to be looking to see if I find some sort of trending opportunity to the upside. Okay, because that's kind of what I'm seeing structure wise. Okay. But what event I need is a break of initial balance high, and then potentially I'm going to look to see if I can participate that way. All right, to the upside. I'm going to go ahead and do an anchor VWAP on the lows during London. Okay, that's going to be my litmus test. So as long as I can stay above anchored VWAP, that's going to be the direction of my trade. All right. Okay. So I think that is. Oh, let me call out my ADR levels. Okay, so ADR ADR here, ADR high here. Looks like it's let's call it what is it? 41,349. Okay, that's ADR high, ASR high. That's not right. ASR high is 41,407. Oh shoot, did I get rid of that? Okay, so we have ADR high at 41. I think I had it at 349. 349. ASR high at 41,407. Okay. ADR low at where are we? ADR low here is at 48,815. 48,815. 48.15 is our ADR low. Okay, and then our ASR low is 49.54. Okay. Okay, settlement is 41,073. Okay. So those are our levels that I'm going to be, keeping an eye on. It's going to be interesting to me if price can indeed get above value and above initial balance. Otherwise, it feels like the Dow is going to be in a range today, right? We are inside value. Okay, from yesterday, we're getting some rejection at the value area high, so it's quite possible that we remain in range in the Dow today. All right. So with that, I think that is going to do it for me. Make sure this is visible for everyone here. The value area high, 41,296. Value area low, 41,051. Okay. That's another range that I'm going to be watching as well. All right. Taking a look to see if there's any questions here. I don't see them. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and close off this session, wishing everyone a safe session. Okay. Trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader, guys. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, guys. Have an excellent session, and we'll be back at this tomorrow for pre-market. No, I don't believe I'll be able to make group coaching this afternoon, but I will report that in the coaches room if that's indeed the case. Again, trade well, trade safe, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, guys, have a good day.